episode of Stir the Pot Podcast. It's your DJ, aka 509 Reasons. You got my boy Gene.
What's going on, man? What's happening?
What's happening? What's good?
Same old, brother. How you been, man?
Oh man, we out here chilling.
Thanks for having me back.
You already know, man. That's easy, man. Glad you could come through.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying? For another one.
You
know what I'm saying?
I'll try to behave this time.
Nah, you good? You good this time?
I can't make promises though.
Take another sip.
Take
another sip.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Like I said, good to have you back, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, already. So we're gonna keep it real interesting. I had a couple subjects for y'all today, and we're just gonna get straight to stirring the pot, man. So here's what we have to serve you today. Here's the main platter. Something that's crazy going on right now is what's going on in Texas. See, and when you think of Texas, you can go several routes. But the route you wouldn't go is the Haitian route.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? When you think about
That's
Texas,
a fact.
when you think about Texas, you don't think about Haitians.
Think about Mexicans. You think about the Alamo. You can think about everything is bigger in Texas.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Houston and partying and stuff. DJ Screw.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Well, there's a lot going on in Texas.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Haitians in Texas.
Yeah.
Until now.
Let's get into it. So, don't know if you guys are aware about what's going on right now in Texas. There is a massive rounding up of Haitians. All right, so let's do this. There are a massive amount of Haitians crossing the Mexican-Texas border into the U.S., basically trying to seek asylum. This is nothing new. This has happened before. People are just trying to get away, and they're trying to strive for a better life, and they believe they can get that better life here in America.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the main advertisement of the United States, right? You come here in order to achieve a better life. But unfortunately, Haiti's been kind of mollywopped with, the combination of the earthquake and its recent assassination of its president. And, chaos is nothing new in Haiti, but this is a whole new level. And this is new for us, man, and it hits home because we're both of Haitian descent. Mm-hmm. So it hits home. It hits particularly hard, and I don't know. It's sad to see. You would think that we'd be used to it, but it still hurts.
Yeah, this is something that we'll never be able to get used to. But here's the interesting hypocrisy of our birth country against our
getting right into it
native homeland. Oh, why not, man?
Getting right into it.
This is what we call stirring the pot.
Talking spicy.
As you all know, not more than a month ago, really, maybe a little bit over a month ago, a lot of people were forced to flee Afghanistan. A lot of natives of Afghanistan had to flee because they were helping the U.S. intelligence agencies, the military, in helping to find the militant, terrorist organizations in Afghanistan.
Sure.
So it would only make sense for the U.S. to help get these people out of there now that the Taliban has taken over.
Sure.
And so you have a lot of Afghan people who are coming over here. And with that being said, there's no argument about where they're going to be, I guess, how do you call it? How do you say when you put them into, like, put around America or whatever? You know what I'm saying? There's mass states, right?
Yeah. I mean, no, for sure.
Integrated into America.
There is a little squabbling between the left and the right. There's a lot of, people on the right. They're like, well, they can't come here. We have enough issues. Why aren't you using, those resources to take care of Americans, this, that, and the other.
And even then, the people on the right can't really, more so, let's keep it the right as far as politicians, because the politicians are all for military.
Yeah.
And since they helped the military, they helped U.S. fight terrorists.
Sure.
The politicians, they're good with that. If anything, they're using that against the left,
Sure.
politicians wise, as far as why are we not getting all of them out of there at one time? You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But once again, there's no talk about where we're gonna bring these people. Somehow, some way, they're gonna find a way.
Of course.
Right. So now the issue is with all these Haitians crossing over, seeking asylum, and how they're rounding them up.
Bro. You were the one to actually show me the footage of what they're actually doing. And other than the uniforms, you could take a side-by-side picture from 1826, right? And of what happened in the past couple of weeks and slavery and slave catching back then, and you won't see much of a difference. You got these motherfuckers on horses whipping Haitians. I mean,
It's not Photoshop, huh?
bro, like, for the optics, you know there is plenty of people out there, even poor people with cell phones, and you. How are you going to be on horseback whipping black people and thinking that that's a solution that's not going to come back and bite you in your ass in 2021? That's crazy to me.
I don't think there's a thought process behind it. To be honest with you, it's like I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day.
What? But I mean, like, I would think. I mean, I'm not white. I don't have an experience being white. But like, I would think, given the current climate, that you would be at least a little more cautious, right? That you're being scrutinized, and when it comes to the subject of race and race relations and racial dynamics, there's at least, you know, a sense that you are being scrutinized more so than you ever have been. You're being criticized more so than you ever have been. There would be some kind of hesitation.
I don't know if there's going to be when it comes to that adrenaline and never.
Yeah, you know, they're in the moment and it happens fast. I get that.
So like there's particular situations where it's like if you're at a job and nothing ever happens and they say, "Hey, let's go into the field," you're gonna be hyped. Because you signed up. Like, if you're part of the CIA, I don't want to be behind this desk. Oh, I want to be in the field, bro. Getting into it, my guns are blazing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not realizing how dangerous it is in real life for real. But now, you're in action.
I get that. I get that. But it just breaks my heart to see, you know, these men and women, you know, look up at these gentlemen, these authority figures, these so-called good guys, looking up at them with their arms up over their faces, screaming because they're being whipped like slaves. That's fucking crazy to me. That's insane. And those individuals should not be doing that job. If not, just be removed from the position altogether. I understand that, you know, there is a protocol when it comes to the border. I understand that there has to be some level of there has to be due process. There has to be a level of, you know, caution when it comes to who comes in and out of this country. But this ain't it.
It ain't it.
This ain't it.
It's kind of interesting that it's happening under a Democratic administration.
Listen, man, fuck all that, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a black man who does not identify with either left or right, the Biden administration can hold these nuts straight up. You know what I'm saying? The whole left, in fact, can hold these nuts, including the right. You know what? They can share a nut, if you ask me, bro, because they're all the wings of the same bird. The left wing and the right wing, they're all the same bird. You know what I mean? Like, one's a bigot, one's a racist. That's the only difference.
I feel that, and I agree with you 100%. And it's surprising that the backlash is not as big, because we already know if I still don't really like saying that man's name like that, for real. Like I said, I don't have no dog in the fight. But if 45 was still in the office and this was going down, the world would be going, the country would be just
Oh man,
on crazy.
they
On fire.
would be dragging that nigga, dog. If this was happening under Trump administration, they would be dragging him 10 times more than they are Biden right now, 100%, because he already has that reputation of being a racist, a prejudiced individual. So, the left did everything in their power to get him up out of there, and they did.
The left definitely did everything in their power to get Biden in there as well, which is the funny part about all this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I kind of skipped ahead by bringing Biden into this, but just to go back as far as like the treatment of people just trying to find a way to improve their lives or to even improve their families' lives. You know what I'm saying? Some of them know that coming here is not going to be a easy walk in the road. They know they're coming here to sacrifice the time to be with their families, so that way they can make their families' lives better, maybe send money back home so they can go to school and all that.
I mean, you got family members, and I can speak from my my family, my personal experience. We got family members that haven't seen their siblings or their parents for 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
that's very common, and they come here, they work their asses off, and they send these remittances to their countries to sustain their families.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The United States of America low-key has beef with Haiti. I say low-key because not everybody knows, so that's why I call it low-key beef.
I would actually go a level above that, and I would say Western Europe and the people of Western Europe, the Western European descendants, have beef with Haiti in general.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna go there only for the fact that I just know here. I see where you come from, but I only know here.
As far as for the fact of symbolism, being the very first black nation to revolt against slavery and the atrocity that it was, I think there's a special hate. I'll even go as far as to say hate, whether it's conscious or subconscious, that Western Europe has towards Haiti because of the symbol that it is. But that's just my humble opinion.
Hey man, it's a respected humble opinion. So to all those who don't know, Haiti is the first enslaved nation to fight for their independence and win that. They beat out France. France had the top-notch military of the world at that time, and you're talking about people with sticks and just brain power, the will, the heart to beat all that and kick them out. And not only did they kick them out, France came back for some more folks.
Yeah, man.
And Haiti said, we're not having that, and ran them off again.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
Two, there was a time where Haiti was just helping people out to free themselves. That's how selfless Haitian people are.
That's a fact.
Haitian people were helping people who were feeling oppressed, who were in oppressed situations.
That's a fact.
To give you a little hint, they helped out a huge country. Like I think it's the United States of America.
I've heard of them.
Y'all heard about Louisiana?
I've heard of that.
Louisiana Purchase.
I heard about that.
I think Haiti had a huge part in that right there.
What about Chicago?
Oh, didn't Haitians find Chicago too?
Man.
Oh shoot.
Something like that.
That little nation has done so much. But Haiti doesn't get the props. Instead, they get the hate.
That's what it is, man. They don't want that symbol because, and that was the dangerous thing about the Obama administration specifically that white folks took issue with is the symbol that he carried of black empowerment, of greatness, of black exceptionalism. because in order to maintain this facade of white supremacy, you got to maintain the imagery of black inferiority, and Haiti went against that. And that's why I say that Western Europe took issue with the symbol that is Haiti.
Man, like I said, I can't disagree with you. But like I said, all I could do, for the most part, is the comments from right here, from home.
Sure, of course.
We are,
your personal experience. Sure, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, so like when we're talking about what has happened to those who actually got to make it in, when they reached the detention camps inside of Texas, the environments they had to endure. You know, are you guys familiar with you familiar with the little aluminum foil to like keep you warm?
Yeah.
Or
you see it all the time in marathons.
Yeah, the little thin joints, right?
Yep.
That's what they were giving.
Talking about like the capes, right? Kind of like a cape.
Yeah.
Yep.
Capes or
sure. It's like a reflective kind of. Yep. For sure. Yep.
That's what they were given to sleep on.
It's cost effective, right? Why would Americans want to spend their tax dollars on a bunch of niggers?
Damn.
Listen. I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm gonna say what I say. You know what I mean, and I may offend a few people. That's fine.
Who you finna offend? Who you offending? Who you offending when you saying what it is? People are sleeping on aluminum foil,
bro.
Some people are sleeping on cardboard.
Yeah.
Bro, when I moved into my apartment and I slept on the floor with my I put the comforter down.
Yeah.
My back hurt.
Facts. I did the same thing in my first apartment. It's not facts.
Slept on a comforter.
It's not comfortable.
My back hurt.
It's not comfortable. But coming from the conditions these people came from, it's not unfamiliar. They've probably experienced those conditions on a daily basis. But it's a rude awakening when you come into this country where you're kind of sold in this idea that money literally grows off trees and the streets are gilded in gold. It's a wake up call.
But also, whose fault is that, right? So let's remember, this country was built on being the beacon of the world.
Of course.
No,
and it was.
So,
no.
Yeah. So
don't get me wrong. America is great. You know what I mean? In terms of like,
just don't say great again.
No, it's great. America has there's a lot of greatness within this country. There's a lot of things.
Great ideas.
There's a lot of greatness that came from this country. But just like individuals, there's a shadow side. And the shadow side, up until recently, was not explored, was not discussed. And here we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everybody was coming here for the opportunity. Like, let's keep it 100. People ain't come here for no handouts. They ain't come here for no handouts. They came here for an opportunity.
Yeah.
The opportunity
just
to
a
say,
shot.
I can work hard and hopefully from there I could live that American dream. Even if I got to work to the end of my days, it's just the opportunity to work.
Sure.
Nobody want no welfare. You know what I'm saying? They just want to work. And that's what America preached from the beginning. But now we're realizing that that dream that was promised to folks was not necessarily for maybe people of color, if we want to keep it 100, right? Because back in the early 1900s, like you said earlier when we were talking off the mic, you had all them boats coming to New York. You had a lot of the Irish, Italians,
Ellis Island,
Germans,
in the 20s.
You know what I'm saying?
The 10s, the 20s, especially the 30s. Yeah, Irish, the Italians, the Polish. They came in and they were treated like niggas. They was treated like niggas. You know what I'm saying? And when the Anglos, who are the real whites in this country, you know what I mean? Like, and when I speak about white people, I'm specifically talking about Anglos. And not to be racist or anything, but that's what I'm speaking to. They realize that it is to their advantage to bring these people into the fold, into this idea of whiteness, partially because it insulates them from everybody else, right? Because, you know, when you complain about white people, you know, you can talk about Irish, you can talk about Italian, you can talk about Hungarians, you know what I'm saying? It insulates them. You know, because you have a lot of people who are from Hungary, who are from Armenia, and just like, I'm white, but I have nothing to do with the slave trade. I have nothing to do with black oppression. Why are you putting me in this bucket? You know what I mean? And inadvertently, these folks, these Anglos, have these people fighting for them with this idea of whiteness and white supremacy on the front lines. Smart. It's fucking smart.
The joint's wild, man.
It's fucking smart. I don't know if I answered your question, but smart.
No, I was just basically talking about how America's supposed to be this beacon of light, but it seems like that beacon of light was just meant for a particular group of people. But then again, if we want to get into it for real, those people were brought here to be the new slaves.
That's it.
Right?
That's
it. To do the jobs that the folks here don't want to do, the jobs that they had the slaves doing, the hard work, the back breaking.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's find people to come over here and do this for the most minimum wage possible. And yeah.
I mean that's capitalism, right? I mean, and people, you know, will argue, well, find a better system. But let's call it what it is. You know, capitalism is driven off of exploitation, right? You exploit your workers, you exploit the work, you try to drive as much value out of individuals as possible and make a profit. And all this whole system is just slavery light when you think about it. Right? Think about it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to work if you want shelter. You have to work if you want to move around. You have to work it, and if you want to function within society. Well, where before the Industrial Revolution, niggas in New Guinea, in Africa, and South America was doing just fine without having a job, without having a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? They lived off the land, they had their shelter, and they were living their best lives. But until the Industrial Revolution came in and the colonization of the entire world happened, you know what I'm saying? You have to work in order to have any kind of living. Right?
Yeah. And I was watching an interview with one of the Haitian women who was deported back to Haiti
recently.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Like maybe past couple of days.
Yeah.
She was actually in. She fled Haiti. She ended up in Chile, the country of Chile. And the only issue with Chile, and she said she loved Chile. The only thing with Chile is the fact that you are not able to really get good paying work without papers.
Yeah.
Like, Chile was good. They made it so hard to get papers so you can actually get work.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So she decided to make the move here.
Sure.
Or make the migration here.
Sure. And
she said she didn't have an issue with being sent back to Haiti. It was the way they did it.
Okay. How they do it.
The way they rounded people up, the way that they were treated in the detention centers.
Yeah.
The lighter skinned counterparts from other countries were given clothes, whether that may be like correction clothes or whatever, like those different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were given different materials to wear.
Yeah.
Whereas she was deported back to Haiti in the clothes she came there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All they did was, she was talking about in the middle of the night, rounded them all up, just woke them all up, just put them on the plane, sent them back home. Mind you, they're sent back home. But I guess it's not on the U.S. to give them money, but they were all sent back home, no money, to Port-au-Prince.
Yeah.
Which is the main part of Haiti where the airport is at.
Yeah.
No money. Just do what you do.
Yeah, it's back to step one. Um,
And Haiti's saying that they can't handle all these. Haiti say we'll take people back, but we can't handle all these people at one time.
yeah, yeah. Especially with no government, right? I mean, like,
yeah, I don't even know.
I
who
mean,
running
there's
shit right now.
essentially no. I mean, there's there are people in place. I don't even know. I know that the person that replaced the president already had stepped down. The
Yeah.
initial person that actually took the place,
Claude Joseph.
he actually stepped down and said, I'm good. No thanks.
That's a movie in itself because I think they were
No
talking
thanks.
about that he might have been part of the plot, but we'll get
Who knows, man? Who knows? It's just all around an unfortunate situation. And I'm not gonna blame the United States and Western powers for all of Haiti's issues, but I'm gonna blame them for 75% of it. If I'm gonna be honest with you,
Well, go ahead.
I'm gonna blame for 75% of it from France.
Reparations.
Reparations for the $2 billion that we were supposed to pay Napoleon, and they took it from us from the invasion of Lyndon Johnson and the Marines in the 1900s. One of the things that they did actually, I think it was 1917 when Lyndon Johnson came into Haiti, was the first thing that the Marines did when they came to our shores was they went to our mint and they took all of our gold, saying that they were going to hold on to it. Never gave it back. They never gave it back, bro.
For what reason?
Right? Like it's wild, and it's crazy to me how dismissive the world is when it comes to calling the United States out. And we are doing a better job now. But bro, the reason why you went into Haiti in the first place is because in our original constitution, it was said that no foreigners can come in and own land. No foreigners can come in and operate their businesses. And they weren't having that. So Lyndon Johnson came in and he personally wrote our constitution. A white man for the first black nation.
Well, you going deep right now.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
they about to find us.
That's fine, and that's fine.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get found.
Well, that's cool, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm not saying anything new.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything that you can't find. All the way down to the Clintons, who basically was the straw that broke the camel's back and completely just broke whatever economic viability we had altogether.
Not the first black president.
What do you mean? Talking about Clinton? Yeah.
Not William.
Well, Big Willie. Big Willie was, if he was the first black president, then he was the biggest Uncle Tom.
I mean, they say that because he plays the saxophone and all that.
Fuck that nigga, bro.
Agreed.
Fuck that nigga, dog. Fuck his wife.
Yeah, okay. Nah, but big facts. No, we ingratiated as a black folks before being Haitian, but as black folks ingratiated the Clintons so much. Because the Clintons, when they first got married, they actually took their honeymoon in Haiti. I don't know if many people know that they had their honeymoon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They took a honeymoon in Haiti way back when, and then there's a couple things that went down between the U.S. and Haiti after the fact, right? So the term boat people, I feel like that term was first put together for Haitian folks, because this is not the first time that Haitian folks were trying to migrate in massive droves to the U.S. for a better opportunity. I took some notes. So the first waves of major Haitian migration was in the years of the Duvaliers, Papa Doc, Baby Doc, you know what I'm saying, dictators. And there was some things going on over there, and Haitian peoples was not having that. So they was trying to make their way over here. So that was the first time. The second time was after Aristide, the first elected president of Haiti. He was overthrown.
Yeah.
Don't know by who, whatever the case may be, but he was overthrown and shit was going down again.
Yeah.
And at least 1,500 people was killed during those protests when Aristide was overthrown. So people started coming back here again.
Yeah.
When they came over here, they were all sent to Guantanamo Bay.
That's wild.
You know what
to
I'm saying?
me.
Guantanamo Bay is, I'm sure you're very familiar with the term Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay is where they sent all them Al Qaeda people from Iraq and Afghanistan wars. They all went to Guantanamo Bay.
It's a military base essentially.
Yeah. Fast forward. There was dang, I had the notes. There was when Bush was president, right?
Which Bush? First or second?
First Bush.
Okay.
First Bush was president. There was basically a law stating that they would start emptying. First, they did not want to just keep on deporting Haitian people from Guantanamo Bay because that's like against international law. It just looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? Try to figure out a way to help them out. But long story short, there was a law, an executive order put together by George Bush, the first George Bush, to start sending people back to Haiti. So they started deporting them back to back and back to back. And Bill Clinton in 92 campaigned on, man, that's not right. But shortly before the election, he changed his tune.
Of course.
We got to send the Haitians back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, he got elected president. We know black folks voting Democrat heavily, crazily.
And foolishly. But that's a different conversation.
No, it's gonna be talked about in this conversation.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So Bill Clinton became president, you know what I'm saying? And then like I said, there was actually another influx of Haitians that came into the States, and they sent them to Guantanamo Bay. And at that time as well, there was a massive influx of Cubans trying to get back into the U.S. They also got sent to Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about that is, while all those Haitians and Cubans was all on site at the same time, there were noticeably big differences in the way they were both treated.
Sure.
Long story short, they started sending Haitians out again, and you ended up having like a good amount of Haitian kids that were unaccompanied by parents at Guantanamo Bay, while the Cubans in the same situation were given opportunity to apply for asylum. They're being sent to the U.S. while the Haitian kids are still there.
Yeah.
Long story short, them Haitian kids get sent back.
Yeah.
While the Cuban kids get sent to the U.S.
Of course. And, you can argue that's all political. It has to do with, the Red Scare and Americans trying to stave off communism. But we know what it is, on a subconscious level. And I'm just going to say it.
That's what I'm about to say. Say it for the people in the back. Cause some people deaf, some of them blind.
I'm just going to say it, on a subconscious level, I feel like just the presence of blackness offends them. And I'm talking about white people. It's offensive to them, whether it's guilt, whether it's hate. In my mind, it's all the same thing. It's very offensive. And the fact that, one group of people is treated differently than another group of people, the only evidence that I have is the shade of their skin. You know what I mean? To, as an indicator to why they are treated so differently. And it's just infuriating, because you would think in 2021, and granted this happened, years ago, 20 plus years ago, but like in 2021,
what happened years ago?
What you were just talking about, the Haitians in Guantanamo Bay during the Clinton administration,
okay.
right? But like in 2021, there's not much difference, obviously, because you got Haitians, being rounded up by white men on horses, literally whipping them. So there's something there. It's not just political. It's not. Haiti's not a threat politically. Haitian's not a threat militarily. The Haitian people aren't a threat to the nation. of the United States of America. Why are we being treated as subhumans? You know, there's something going on there, you know, psychologically, with the psychology of these white folks. It is what it is, man.
Nah,
you know
man,
what I mean?
like, man, well, I'm listening to you, bro.
It is what it is, man. You know, and I'm gonna be that guy to say that I have a lot of white friends, right? I'm not a racist, right? I have white friends. Some of my best friends, people that I love dearly, that I consider family, are my white friends. I've had these conversations, very conversations with them. You know what I mean? You know, some deep conversations. And I don't hate white people, but I do take issue with whiteness in this country, and the
entitlement, privilege,
and the systems.
Okay.
Around it.
Yeah. Eloquent, man. Eloquent.
I don't know about that. You
no,
know,
man. That's because that's you saying it politely.
Yeah, because I can get a little ratchet sometimes. You know what I mean, and especially with this, you know, this Tokyo whiskey in my system. There is a danger of me, you know, maybe getting out of hand. So I'm being measured. Yeah, pour me a cup since you have it out, please.
What? It's because I'm lighter than you. I gotta. Pour you a cup. That's kinda crazy, see how this works, man.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, man. That's it's the noticeable differences that kill me when it comes to this migration issue. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, which kind of makes you want to segue to your boy Biden. Well, I don't know if it's your boy.
It's not my boy. I got nothing to do with that nigga.
Black folks, boy Biden.
Nah, man. The whole whatever swag or residue he got from Obama during his administration, that's all gone. You know what I'm saying? He had it for a month for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's all gone. You know what I mean? Even going back to that clip that I had showed you earlier in '94, when he deliberately said that, you know, whether or not, you know, Haiti was to rise 300 feet or sink 300 feet, it wouldn't matter in terms of American interests. And in political speaks, we don't give a shit about those people on that island. You know, given the amount of turmoil that this country has caused within this country, it's just the arrogance. And, you know, maybe he'll, you know, if he was confronted with that clip, he changed his tune. Was like, well, you know, I've changed my stance. And people change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've changed my stance from what I thought 20 years ago, but fuck that nigga.
Yeah. Whether he would quote unquote change his stance or not, I'm not buying it.
Not buying it.
So here's my thing, right? Like I said in the beginning, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just more for the person that wants to do good for us all. You know what I'm saying? Especially me as a black man. Me as a black man with a black family that I have to protect. You know what I'm saying? To look after.
Absolutely.
I'm all about my best interest in hand.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that, you know, I don't care about anybody else, but everybody else is doing good. We could be doing substantially better. We're not safe out here in these streets. If I go outside right now and a police car gets behind me, I might get nervous.
I'm shitting my pants every time, bro.
It's just wild.
Even till this day, even knowing that these cops are a lot more reluctant to pull me over because of the climate that it is right now, because I have noticed that because of my years of conditioning and my run-ins with cops and how I was treated unfairly, because I'm not a criminal. You look me up, there's no criminal record. I've been overall, for the most part, I've been a good kid my entire life. You know what I'm saying? And I've had some fucked up run-ins with the police. I'm conditioned to be fucking terrified. If I see a car behind me, I'm literally tightening up and tensing up. Man, that's unfortunate, man, because they're supposed to protect and serve, right?
not protect, serve you. Obviously, the way this thing is.
Nah, man, they're there to rile me up and lock me up. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's do this, right? 2020, no, 2019. He jumps in the race in 2019. He's not even like a thought.
Biden.
He's not even a thought in this presidential race. You have these different candidates. I'm trying to remember. There was so many candidates running for on the Democratic side. I can't remember who, but just know Biden gets in the race, and Biden is considered the anti-Trump. He talks his mind type stuff. He cusses a little bit, which is what seems to be the new thing. Where, if he cusses, that means he has what is it, like pride or emotion or whatever.
He's authentic.
He doesn't hold back or whatever the fuck the case may be, right? So that's the deciding factor. So fast forward to November 2020, the elections during the year of COVID. I'm gonna tell you guys this one. I'm gonna tell y'all thing one.
Shit show.
I'm gonna tell you this. Come on, man. To say the least, 2020. The only reason Trump did not win is because the world got handed the gift of COVID. And let me fall
back. That is a loaded fucking statement.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to take that back because we know people.
I'm sure there's 500,000 people would disagree with you in this country.
Yeah, I apologize on that because people have been lost during COVID.
But you were being facetious. I get that. You know what I mean? I get that.
If it wasn't for COVID, Trump would be in there right now.
Because he fumbled that fucking rock.
Yes. So, because of COVID and because of black folks.
Bro. Georgia, bro. Shout out to fucking Georgia and Atlanta specifically.
Fulton County.
My goodness.
Full of black folks.
Bro, God bless you.
Full of black folks.
Thank you for saving this nation.
Hold on. You said thank you for saving this nation. Who saved this nation?
What's her face? What was that? There's a lady specifically.
You're going to talk about Stacey Abrams. I'm not going to talk about Stacey Abrams.
What are you talking about?
Who saved the nation?
Black people.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to get at the end of the day.
So not only did we build this country, we saved it?
We thought we did.
And that is the conundrum. Dum. Because this nigga is acting like a fuckboy in office.
When he's not falling asleep on the chair.
Bro, he's not even running this. Yo, and I'll be the first to admit, when during his presidency, there was noticeable signs of his cognitive decline, if you want to use fancy terminology, right? From slurring of his speech to him being unable to stay on topic and answer questions directly. Like, you know what? I was so anti-Trump and getting him out of office that I looked past that.
I think a lot of us did.
But looking at it now, like, whoa. Like, this dude is really on the decline. Like, how is a man who's almost 80 years old holding the most powerful office or the seat in the world?
Because of Trump.
Wild. But, like, what would be going on right now if Trump was in office?
I can't imagine.
Because think about it. Like, Trump, I'm sure, as wild as his presidency was, he held back because I feel like he held back because he knew there was another term that he had to get elected for. Now imagine how he would have behaved knowing that he couldn't get elected again.
I was trying to see where you're going with it, and I don't like where you're going with
bro.
it. But that's why a lot of you know what, and I can't even say a lot because even when it was declared that Biden would win, I was still disheartened in the fact in how many votes Trump got himself.
Like 70+ million people.
That said a lot to me.
And when I think about white allies, I think of white women. 55% of them voted for fucking Trump.
Grab him by the pussy?
Like, y'all ain't really with us like that.
Come on now.
Y'all ain't really with us like that.
Come on now.
that's why I look at everybody so differently. And like I have my small circle, bro. And it's like I said earlier, man, I got these, I got white people in my lives that I love, that consider family. But like I'm out here in these streets, I don't trust none of these motherfuckers, bro. I look at everybody differently because I don't know who's an agent. And if you know what I mean, I'm talking about the Matrix. That's a Matrix reference, right? Where we're in the Matrix, you don't know who can turn into an agent. That's what I'm kind of feeling like. I don't know who's who out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so with that being said, Biden is not gonna get the second one. I'm not talking in no crazy type of ways as far as like being perished. He's not getting a second term.
I'm gonna talk crazy. Kamala Harris is gonna be the very first.
She's not gonna get it either.
No.
Okay.
He is not lasting 4 years. He's not.
Okay.
He's on his way out, bro.
Bro.
From this plane into the next.
Motherfuckers could have dementia and live to 99, bro. I don't know.
Listen, man.
I don't know.
I don't see this, and I could be wrong, and I wish death on nobody, bro. But that man's crossing over within this term.
All I have to say right now is that any remnants of this administration is not getting the second go around. Based on the actions of what's going on right now, there's so much confusion as far as like even right now with COVID, like the messaging. It's like, okay, you're supposed to know your part. Like when it comes to like the messaging, the vaccines or whatever the case may be, let the different agencies deal with that. You're not the science agency. You have a specific agency to deal with that. You have the CDC, you have the FDA. Let them do their part to advise you into making a decision for what you think is best for all of us. Don't you get ahead of them and say, hey, by this specific date, this is what's coming out. And then the FDA say, hey, no, we didn't do the correct amount of research yet to even give you that type of guidance. So it's like now you putting your foot in your mouth.
That happened?
You making everything look confusing, and now this is where the distrust grows.
That happened? I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the boosters, whatever, the booster shots.
Yeah, listen, man. Well, speaking for the black community, I feel like the distrust is a lot deeper than just misinformation. It runs deep through experience, because vaccines in general haven't worked well for black people in general historically.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. I was just giving that example.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So the Democrats, as much as us black folk wants to align with the Democrats is not doing themselves a favor right now. These people can't even get a bill passed to spend this money. This money that's supposed to help people, this human infrastructure bill,
right,
to create more jobs,
right,
educate, whatnot. Y'all can't even pass that bill. And y'all got the majority. And I get it. There's a particular way this game's supposed to be played. But just know, if the Republicans had a majority, they ramming shit down your throat all day.
Remember when the Supreme Justice, what was her name? Ruby died?
Yeah, RBG.
When she died, how they quickly propped up what's her face?
Coney Barrett.
How quick that was.
Yeah.
Bro, that was so quick. So quick.
And that's the thing, bro.
They make moves, man. Hats off to the fucking right, man.
You gotta give it to them, for real. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I mean? Like, cause they make moves when it's time to strike. They're like a cobra.
And that's the thing, man. If the Democrats are as progressive as they say they are, so, grab your nuts and let's go.
Lies.
Strap up.
Lies.
Strap up. Like,
all lies.
That's the one thing I don't like I said, I don't fuck with. If anything, I have to align with one side more than the other. I'm gonna rely more to the Democrat side. But the one thing the Republicans is doing, they know how to play fucking cards. If I have to put it in better language, them motherfuckers know how to play. What's that game, motherfucking what's the card game? Motherfucking The card game. Oh,
Spades?
Man, spades. Motherfuckers gonna say I'm not black for real. Spades.
Spades.
Republicans know how to play spades.
Nigga, you Haitian. You play dominoes. You don't play spades.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but them, they know how to play spades, right?
That's a fact.
Even when their president is not in the office, they say, well, we're just going to wait on the American people to decide who's the next president. Then we're going to vote on who's the Supreme Court justice. That's how gangster they are with it.
Bro, but just imagine the back. So, like, when the Republicans do take the office again, which will be 2024, I believe.
Yeah.
Because they've been radicalized, right? The past, during the Trump administration, leading up to the Trump administration. And because Biden's in office and, he's seemingly going against American values and he's a communist and he's trying to destroy this country, man, I think we're going to see a whole new level of oppression in this country during the next term, if you ask me. But, time will tell.
Man, let's switch up the vibes, man. Let's get into a little happier vibes.
Okay, what you thinking?
What you think about Brittany Renner?
Happier vibes? Listen, man. If a 26, 27-year-old man did what she did to that young man who was 18 years old, they'd be calling her a groomer. Am I wrong? Because legally he was 18, nothing can be done. But we all know what was done. She groomed him. How quickly she got pregnant and how quickly they separated after the birth of their child. She groomed him. $200,000 a month? $200,000.
Oh.
Who needs $200,000 a month to raise a child?
Sorry, we gotta give. We're getting so deep into it. We gotta give the little context. So Brittany Renner, Instagram model. All right. So she ends up hooking up with this dude named PJ Washington. Well, was more so a kid at that time. Ends up getting drafted, gets into the NBA. He plays for the Charlotte Hornets. And long story short, he has a baby with this chick. And to give you a little bit more context, he thinks he kind of found, it's like, damn, I done found the Instagram model. I done found the love of my life. This is hitting.
Bro, when I was 18, I'd do the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? And
same thing.
What the problem is that nobody gave him the whole facts. There's something about the OGs not telling these kids about the whole facts. Like, somebody out there has to. I've heard about Brittany Renner. I didn't really know her like that, but I've heard about Brittany Renner. You know what I'm saying? She's out there. She's out there in these streets. She's hunting.
She wrote a book about her exploits with rappers and ball players, and she says specifically that basketball players are the best marks when it comes to beating them and extracting their resources. She says that.
Like, I kind of want to feel bad for Buddy, but
you don't. I hear that a lot. You don't. Why?
Not entirely.
Why?
Gotta do your whole facts. Even us with who don't have NBA money, we do our whole facts.
Listen, man.
Like, bro, have you ever heard about this chick right here?
This is the thing, man.
Oh God, here you go.
This is the thing.
Don't be the apologist.
Listen. This is the issue. This is my issue with that line of thinking, because I can remember specifically when I was 18 and 19 years old. I was a fucking moron, a complete idiot. More so of an idiot than I am right now. Okay? Your brain's not even fully developed until you're 24, 25 years old. You have a master manipulator with years of experience with wealthy men come into a guy who comes across this guy with newfound wealth, very little experience, who thinks he came up with this dime in this personality, right? Love is blind, bro. My man thinks he's in love. I'm sure there are plenty of people. Listen, there are plenty of people, I'm sure, that warned him about this chick. But the way she makes him feel at night, rubbing on his chest, whispering in his ear, he thinks he found love. Because the way he at least reacted in public, it seemed like he was shocked. So there's a level that tells me there's a level of manipulation there, right? Like he was blindsided by all of this. You know what I mean? That's why I feel bad for Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas saying, well, I don't feel bad for him because he's a public figure and he's an NBA figure. People dismiss the fact that he's an 18-year-old kid who's going to make 18-year-old mistakes, but in public with a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to take the same situation with an 18-year-old kid coming out of high school,
no.
What do you mean no?
No, I'm not happy that it happened, but I'm not giving them all that.
Wow. Okay. Why is that?
You're an NBA player. You have the pick of the litter. And I get it. And I get the master manipulation part. But if you're hearing, all right, so I guess we're gonna do it.
Master manipulation part?
No.
We're just gonna skip that?
No. No, but see, I guess it's the Haitian in me, right?
Okay.
I can't keep hearing things enough to the point where I'm not listening. If I have people around me, because this is where I'm gonna have to veer off a little bit, because maybe he did not. Maybe he did not have the people around him to tell him, like, yo, this is not a good look. It's not a good move. Go ahead and get your nut and get up out of there. Maybe he did not hear that. But the Haitian in me, the experience I've been through, you know what I'm saying, my peoples, when you hear enough noise, you need to get up out of you. Bro, we were raised with parents that had dreams.
That's a fact.
We had fucking parents that had dreams.
That's a fact. Don't go out. I had a dream last night.
Don't go home. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out. I
That's
had a dream
fact.
about you last night.
That's a fact.
And then next thing you know, you see on the news the fucking club got shot up last night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not everyone's built like us, man.
Not everybody's built like us.
Not everyone's built like us.
And that's why I'm like, okay, all right, maybe I should veer off a little bit. But at the end of the day, your whole facts. If you hear, oh my God, if you hear the homies done tap home girl, if you know about some of this who tap home girl, I want no parts of that. I'm smashing them out.
So he deserved that because of his stupidity.
You earned it.
Wow.
You earned it. You found what you was looking for.
So. And this is a bad analogy. I'm going to preface by saying that this is a bad analogy. But if a chick is walking down the street with a sexy outfit and she gets raped, she earned it?
No. That's a super bad analogy.
But yeah or no?
No, it's a super bad analogy.
Yeah or no? It's bad, but it's not super bad.
It's a horrible analogy.
But here's the thing, though.
No, there's...
So he deserved what he got, is what you're saying.
After people keep giving you, I have to believe. There's no fucking way in hell that he was not getting any type of like, yo.
So he gets no sympathy from you. He gets no sympathy from you. He gets no sympathy from you.
No.
I feel like niggas feel that way because he's a man. Because the other way around, too bad. I'm sorry she got hurt that way. He's a dog. This, that, and the other. But because he's a man, he doesn't get the same consideration. And I think that's fucked up. I think that's really fucked up.
Keep getting them checks, Playboy.
Kick it with checks?
Keep getting them checks, Playboy. It's gonna hurt.
$200,000 a month. Right? That's what? $2.4 million a year. for 18 years.
That's why I said, boy.
God damn, bro.
When you get older, load management.
What's the...
You need to make sure you can play 18 years like
bro.
You need to make sure you can play 18 years.
Bro, not everyone can. Well, I think the average is 13 years max or something like that. On average, ball players are in the NBA for less than that.
Between 3 to 6 years.
God damn. And he's not like a marquee player or anything. You know what I'm saying? He's a good player, obviously, because he's in the NBA, but he's not like a...
No, he's not. And that's why I said, protect your neck. I'm sorry, protect your knees.
That's a fact.
That's the first thing in the NBA, right? Your knees go. Protect your knees, man. Don't...
And the embarrassment he went through, he's going through.
It sucks. I'm not happy that he's going through it, but it is what it is.
No 18-year-old should go through that.
He's not 18 anymore.
What is he? 19?
He's older than that. He's a grown man at this point, bro. She was dealing with him since 18.
How old is he now?
I gotta look him up on this thing, right?
You know, listen, man. I feel like he's not getting the same sympathies a woman would get in this situation. And I feel like that's a problem within our society of how men are treated.
He's 23.
He's 23 years old. Yeah, he's a grown man. You're right. He's a grown ass man. He's had more experiences than the average man because of the position that he's in. And yes, he should know better. But he was groomed. There's no way around that. You know what I'm saying? Women inherently are more mature than men. She was what, 6, 7, 8 years older than him?
You said she had a book?
She had a book. And, you know...
unless he can't read... or no, he doesn't know how to Google.
Love is blind, bro. Love is blind, bro.
200,000 a month, man, is blind too.
Everything's 2020 in hindsight, bro. But during the time...
There was a book.
But you don't want to believe that when you're in love, bro. You want to believe that, oh, well, I'm an NBA player. I'm coming up. I'm special.
Let me guess. She was an entrepreneur and she was just writing a book to be, you know what I'm saying?
Master manipulator.
You make it even more so for me to say he deserved it.
Master manipulator. What?
You make it even more so that he did. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now, bro. You're making more of a case for me. You're telling me she got evidence out there that says, we're not even talking about hearsay anymore, right? We're talking about she wrote her own book. What, under her name? Or did she have like an alias?
No, she flat out put the book out under her name. She's a known hoe. She promotes being a hoe. She promotes taking advantage of wealthy black men. You have your case. Am I saying what he did was not stupid and idiotic? And on some level, does he not deserve it? Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm gonna take the focus away from his stupidity, and I want to target it on her predatory behavior. I think too much focus is on PJ's dumb, his stupidity versus her behavior and how millions of women are essentially, praising it. You know what I mean? Which is wild to me.
Well, it's not. First off, once again,
it's not surprising, but it's wild.
But before first off, I want to say this one more time. The whole facts. It's on PJ. That's one. 2, I get it. There are millions of women out there who are praising what she's done because they can't do what she did. It's a dream. It's an illusion. Some of these women do not look like Brittany Renner, and they don't want to put in the work to look like Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner, as much as we want to say we don't like her, she looks great. She's what attractive. You call the Instagram model.
She's attractive.
She's attractive.
was attractive. The reason why I say that is because have you ever been in a situation where you see somebody initially and you find them attractive? When you get to know them, they look different to you?
Yeah.
She looks different to me. I don't see her as just attractive. When I first initially saw her, I was like, oh, she's a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's a very attractive. I don't see when I see her, a picture of her or a video of her, I'm not attracted to that. I see a gargoyle.
I don't see that.
I see a gargoyle.
I don't see that yet.
So whatever that is
Yeah.
PJ 10 times.
I'm Haitian.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I'm sorry. Let me.
Yo,
I'm not.
listen, that's not the impression you should have of Haitian people.
No,
because, that's him specifically.
No, because if you want the real impression of Haitian people, those are the people you gonna date. You gonna date for a woman talking about I love you, baby.
You are the moon and the stars.
Give me your air.
Let
me pay your phone bill, baby. No, there's different types of Haitian. I'm the different type of Haitian.
Get your boost mobile.
God damn, no. I'm a different type of Haitian, you feel me?
What makes you different? What makes you different?
What makes me different?
What makes you different?
I don't fall in love like that. Fall in love is a deep emotion, bro. That takes a lot of investment for me.
What's crazy is that you're a Libra and you're inherently supposed to be a sucker for love, which I find interesting.
Yeah, before you could play me, I'm out. I'd rather just check out the game. I'd rather just check out. I'm all set.
I'm similar in that way. I think a lot of that is just the power dynamics between. You just don't like the idea of a woman trying to take over like they do. You know what I'm talking about? You know how you
take over?
You know how when you start messing with a female, they start planning your life 10 years ahead of time? I feel like that pull is what kind of keeps them at bay.
Yeah, if I see signs that I don't think I can rock with you, I'm gonna check out.
So it's not a commitment issue. You just don't have commitment issues.
We ain't talking about me right now with these things. We're not just gonna, you know.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, bro.
I didn't know I was fucking here with.
I didn't know. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it
I didn't know I was here with Jerry Springer.
Okay, my fault, bro. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
We wasn't fucking ready for this. No, we could go there a little bit. Commitment issues, no. If I see certain things that I do not like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna find my way out of there. I'm just like, I'm just gonna open that door and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's commitment issues.
Yeah. I'm glad you could admit that.
That's the first step to recovery. That's the first step.
I'm sitting listening to you. I'm like, nigga, does he really believe this?
It's like, I don't like crack, but you know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, I might want to take a lick at the motherfucker.
At least you know.
Nah. Nah, but if anything, if anything, because if y'all don't know, we got the same birthday.
Oddly enough, right?
You know what I mean? If anything, Libra, we love hard, right?
We love what? We love hard.
Love hard.
But we can cut you like this.
You know what I mean? That's with me. That's with me. So you have to earn that with me. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a little bit. I'm gonna do my whole facts with you. I'm gonna do my whole facts. So you're saying that's my thing.
You're saying you can't get finessed the way PJ got finessed.
I could get finessed, but not that easily. At the end of the day, I'm human. Some people play checkers. Some people play chess.
And I think
that
Brittany,
was fucking.
I feel like Brittany Renner is a grandmaster chess player.
They were playing the hippo game.
Hungry hippos.
Hungry hippo. It wasn't even much checkers, bro. What the hell you talking about?
Hungry hip hoes.
There you go. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like that was an easy finesse. That was an easy finesse.
I feel like she's a master, a grand wizard at what she does, bro.
And I don't discount that. And you know what? We could definitely touch on that because I agree. There's women out there that really know how to play the game. There's a book out there. Oh, she wrote the book. I forgot.
She wrote the book.
She wrote the fucking book.
Corinne Steffens wrote the book.
Oh, shout out to Superhead.
Corinne Steffens, she wrote the book.
Superhead.
Brittany Renner is just the 2.0 version.
The
of that.
reincarnation.
Fuck, man.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, there's women out here. That's really, you know what I'm saying? They balling out. They doing their thing. They live for the checks. They live. Their profession is to finesse the man into shooting up the club to get that check. And here's where the ones that agree with how Renner is moving, here is where you should probably be turned off a little bit. We even talk about the child yet.
Bro. You can talk about a mind fuck, knowing, because you know what's gonna happen.
I don't know because we got different routes, but tell me what you got, and I'll tell you what I got.
We all know kids are cruel, right?
Okay.
And kids gonna, catch wind of this kid's background, his parents, and the story of his conception, and right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's going to be made aware of what's going on right now in the conditions of this birth, and is going to be told one way or another that the only reason why you're here is for your mother to get the bag, because ultimately your mom's a hoe.
The kid's a paycheck.
The kid's a paycheck, and that's going to fuck with somebody, man. That's got to fuck with somebody. I would think. What are the psychological ramifications for that? Right?
I'm gonna shoot.
Is she even going to be a good mother? Like, I don't know.
And that's a whole nother. Yeah.
I don't know. Is she fit to be a mother? Because, like, I remember watching, some stuff on Corinne Steffens back in the day when she was putting out her book, and like she admitted that she's a terrible mother, and she has a very, she doesn't have the greatest relationship with her son at the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are these hoes even equipped to be good mothers? I don't know. I don't want to. You could be a hoe and a great mother at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't want to dismiss that. You know what I mean? A lot of it is instinctual. But it just seems like and maybe this is just my internal bias and hatred towards what she did. I don't hate her because I don't know her, but I hate what she did. At least what was presented publicly. But like, it's just my first inclination, I guess, is that she's not going to be a good mother to this child. And it's just going to be another kid, another rich kid that's just going to be fucked up in the world.
She's going to, possibility, she's just going to turn it into an Instagram baby and find a way to monetize the baby as well.
That makes me so sad, bro.
Look,
that makes me so sad, bro.
The kid has the new J's.
That makes me so sad, bro.
Look at these shades.
That makes me so sad, man.
So there's that, but you would hope that if the court awards, well, first off, we're gonna see how that goes.
Oh, she was awarded 20.
She was
awarded 20 grand.
There's that, but also after the fact, she started making videos talking about how, basically she beat the game, right?
And it's stepdaddy season.
It's stepdaddy season. Like, how you play the game so well only to just like give it back?
What?
Because now let's keep in mind. All right, shawty. You getting $200K a month, but you ain't got the lawyer money that this boy's gonna have. Because I'm sure he might have the league's gonna have like the players. What do they call it? The
players. Yeah, the players association.
The players association have like the best lawyers at hand.
Yes. The same time though, the system is built for the mothers. The system's on their side.
I believe there's a change coming, because we know this world is built on equality. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I've been drinking too damn much.
Like, nigga, what world are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I've been drinking too much. I'm getting ahead of myself. No, the world is moving towards equality, right? In the sense of women out here are fucked up too.
Just as.
Like some women aren't good moms.
A lot of women.
Whereas you have some dads who are like, yo, let me get them.
Man.
I'll give them the world. Even if I have to work all day, whatever the case may be, I'm going to make sure they have a good life. I'm going to make sure I can, give them what I can.
Shout out to all you single dads that are great fathers.
So how you going to put out a video talking about stepdaddy season?
It's
stupid.
disgusting. It's gross. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And, I hope that video is used as evidence. If there is a case, there's a case of for custody.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, I would hope that his lawyer present the court with that video. Like, does this seem like somebody that's fit to raise a child?
Seriously.
That's
what I'm saying. It's like you did all that. You played the game to the point you're the final boss and you won.
You won. And just put it out there like that.
And then you know what I'm saying? You start part 2. Like, oh shoot.
But and that's why I feel like she's becoming unhinged, because you gotta keep in mind she's a public figure, right? She's a social media icon, and her identity is wrapped up on this idea of being this Instagram model. So, she lives her life through the public, and I'm sure she's gotten a lot of backlash. I mean, I'm not one of those individuals that's gonna go on someone's social media and shit on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's on TikTok and you're a complete fucking idiot. Then I'll say something occasionally. But what I mean? I'm not gonna seek out. I'm not gonna search your name just to talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. IG gangster.
But I can imagine that she got crazy backlash by individuals who think like me and kind of see the grossness of it all. And that was kind of, it has to bother her a little bit. It has to, unless she's a sociopath, which I don't think she is. It has to bother her, because the last video that I saw of her talking about stepdaddy season and how she don't care what people think about her, she looked unhinged.
Yes, I haven't seen the video, but
she looked unhinged. And you know what, dude? She's 26, 27 years old. And in this society, in this cultural, in society standards, at least in American culture societies, she's already past her peak, right? Because the peak for a woman is between the ages of 19 and 25 by cultural standards. She's already past that. And because the news is out on this chick and what she's about, and she's approaching her 30s, I feel like she's going to have a hard time finding a quality guy. Because, because we all seen this, and I mean, you're in your 30s, I'm well into my 30s, and we've seen the pattern, right? All the hoes who thought they were all that wouldn't give you the time of day in your 20s, all of a sudden nicer in their 30s, or all of a sudden looking for that good guy in their 30s, and they can't find a respectable guy in their 30s, and I wonder why. She is going to be that girl, but in the public space. You think she's gonna find a good guy? You think she's gonna get married? You think she's gonna?
I don't know. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna embed that clip while you're singing this, just so you know.
Yeah. Don't know. Don't care. And that's the thing for me, right? I'm all about, when it comes to everything, I don't know how to play chess in real life, the actual game itself, but I understand the concept of knowing what pieces to play next, how to play before the opponent. You can't let the opponent know your next moves. So when you play yourself like that, I don't expect her to know what she's doing next. She's thinking about right now. She played the game.
I agree with that.
She's getting the check.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So
I agree with that.
Where the first fuck up is the stepdaddy video, bro. Because first off, you already got the book. The first one is on him. Like I said, he didn't do his whole facts. You're telling me she has a book out there, and she still got the club shot up by this boy?
And she was saying that NBA players are the easiest. Mark, that's fucking wild.
That's on him.
It's wild, bro.
That's on him. He's 23. He
was
probably shot the club up at like 22.
Though.
He got started up at 18.
But he was groomed.
She waited for him to get in the NBA before this happened. Which means the boy was 20, 21.
I mean, yes. I'm not going to go there, but yes.
Didn't do the whole facts. OG's probably talking to you like, yo, this chick's out here. She out here in these streets for real. Such and such probably touched her, whatnot. Like, nah, she changed. Being the naive.
Master manipulator, though. I think we're not giving enough credit to her ability to manipulate men. She has a book on manipulating men.
And that's my problem.
But there's
one if you're master manipulating, and this problem when there's actual evidence. And that's my problem. You're telling me there's a book out here. She says what she does for real. And you're just about to be part of book 2.
So you're saying if you were PJ's situation, being who you are today, but you were a basketball player and you were 18 years old, you would not be manipulated the way she was, you're saying?
Bro, I'm catching my nut. I'm probably come back for more, but my condom's on.
But you won't fall in love with this bitch or nothing like that?
No. Because I know who you are. I know who you are.
I think we're underestimating Britney's ability to manipulate men.
And you know what? And let's also maybe possibly talk about where he's at, I guess.
What?
I guess we have to talk about where he's at.
Where he's at?
Yeah, as far as like his upbringing, whether he had a father figure to say, watch out for these hoes.
And keep in mind, and you keep referencing these people around him that should be, like pulling up the whole facts like this, that, and the other. Also, on the other side is when you're in a position of power, you're in a position of wealth, or at least potentially gaining wealth. You have what they call a sycophant. And what a sycophant is an individual who is essentially, it's a fancy way of calling somebody a yes man, where they are there to please you in order for their personal gain. You don't think that he's not somebody who's surrounded by that?
This doesn't work in this scenario.
Why you say that?
What does the yes man have to gain from him fucking with this chick?
Well, if he's telling you, if you tell him, I don't know about this chick, just and then he's like, nah, fuck that. I love this chick. She's changed this, that, and the other. You ain't gonna tell me no another. It potentially puts your position with this individual in danger. You're gonna fall back because you're not gonna get the rewards of hanging out with this person or receiving whatever benefits you got from knowing this individual. No?
This bitch about to fuck up my bag. That $200K, man, we could have been in the club blowing up Louis the 13th.
Yeah,
goddamn.
yeah.
That could have been my fucking Bentley.
I don't think nobody saw that coming. $200K a month? I don't think nobody saw that coming.
Yes, we saw it coming because she has a fucking book.
So can you imagine like you being his boy? Imagine being his boy and getting a phone. Yo, dog, I'm about to be your father. And just the look on your face on the other end, like, yo, congratulations, bro. Can I be the godfather? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even want to be the godfather because that bitch about to make me pay buku rats for fucking baby.
$2K a month to be his godfather.
Oh man, suck my dick. No, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. And I don't know, man. I guess this is why people gravitate towards me, because for the most part, I'm gonna tell you what it is. First off, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might just like, I might spare you, but for the most part, I'm gonna tell you what it is. So that yes man shit, I'm not with that shit.
So let me ask you a question. Do you believe in justice?
Justice.
Do you believe in justice?
What is justice?
But do you believe in it? The justice.
I believe in the idea of
justice. Justice. All right. Justice is another. Is in my mind, justice is karma light.
Karma take too long sometimes.
But that's what I'm saying. It's karma light. It's kind of. It's not.
I believe in the idea of justice.
Justice is karma handed down by man versus the universe or God.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You believe in justice or karma?
I believe in karma heavily.
Ultimately, what is the karma that should be served to Miss Renner? Do you think?
Let the universe serve that, bro.
What do you think, though?
I don't know, man. I'm like
me. I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
Then I won't say that I wish or hope on anything, but I think this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
In life, there's always trade-offs, right?
Yeah.
There's always a light and a shadow to who you are and the decisions that you make and the outcomes of those decisions. On the light side, she got her bag. She's got $200,000 a month. If she's remotely smart, she's set up for life, right? She was already well off, prior to PJ's situation, but she is taken care of moving forward because of this child. As long as this child, knock on wood, is in good health and is alive throughout, the next 18 years. But I think because of the public fallout, yeah, she'll be able to, because of her looks, because she's a beautiful woman, will be able to, get her back blown out whenever she wants. But as far as having that intimate relationship with substance, I think she will never get that. And I feel like as women age, they crave that even more, right?
Care.
Especially with her, her looks declining over the years. I think, and hopefully, 10 years, 15 years from now, as she matures as a woman, she'll look back and be like, well, this is what I did was fucked up. How I thought was fucked up. But the fallout, it's kind of like being a porn star, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're young, you're stupid, you're just out there, you're just trying to get the bag. But the fallout and the consequences of that lifestyle, you realize 5-6 years down the line might have not been worth it, granted all the money that you've made. I feel like that's going to happen with Brittany.
Even them porn stars will get love before she does.
I hope so. I don't wish.
It's a reality, because
I hope so, bro.
As a porn star, you're doing your job. You're doing your job, as opposed to that scheme. That's the Bernie made off of hoes, bruh. She made off with $200 a month. $200. And mind you, the kid got to pay for this. The kid's gonna be financially straight.
And we're not even really talking about that kid, bro.
The kid's gonna be financially straight, but the kid be like, yo, where's my dad? Where's my pops? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's gonna be talked up behind the scenes, because there's about to be some type of financial battle that goes on going forward. And then if he irks her, she's gonna make him look like a fuckboy. Yeah. So she's gonna talk to the kid like, oh, your dad ain't shit. See, your dad's really just trying to take money from our mouths. You know what I'm saying? We're over here trying to eat, and your dad's trying to do this, do that.
Nah, man. I think the kid's gonna grow up hating her. I feel
it's a huge possibility.
I feel like, listen, man.
At the expense of at the expense of her dad at first too.
Well, and that's kind of the pattern, right? When you have estranged parents, right? Especially bitter mothers, the child is kind of fed this idea that their daddy ain't shit until the kids are old enough to observe what's really going on, then to realize that their mothers ain't shit.
And then here's another avenue as well. At what point does the dad give up? At what point does the dad give up and just move on with his life? Like, okay, this is just a check at this point. I'm gonna just go send this check, move on. Has his own family. The dad doesn't hate me. The 50 Cent situation?
That's so
like
sad,
the 50
bro.
Cent situation.
Kids just getting caught up in these crazy situations, man.
They was just born. They ain't asked.
And they were just born, bro. That's what's wild, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I wanted to love my kid, but the kid has no love for me. I can't find a way to break through to them. So it's like, okay, I'm just signing off this check at this point. I done moved on. I done had my family. I got more kids. I got kids that love me. And then maybe when they're 18, 19, 20, when they finally realize this wasn't of my doing. How do you know what I'm saying?
It's so messy. All of it is messy, bro. All of it is messy, and it's due to certain individuals who just shouldn't be parents. I don't believe Brittany Renner should be a parent, based off of her own personal values.
You know what? The only way this changes is if women aren't as hard on women as they perceive that we are.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
If we keep saying that these particular women are gold diggers, bitches, hoes, we look crazy.
Yeah.
If women are the ones to read other women, maybe the game changes.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do.
Maybe, yeah.
There's only so much you could do, like without looking like that misogynistic, oh, you think you know it all type dude. It's like, bro, I'm just telling you how I see it. I'm not gonna tell you to change your life or whatnot. You do what you do, but this is what I see. You're a bitch. You're out here you're here for the cash. Let's be straight up. You're not here for the human element. You're here for your pure survival.
Yeah, it's economic. It's not. Mm-hmm. It's
at the expense of the other person and that child who deserved.
More importantly, that child.
The child who did not deserve this. They were just born.
They're just a pawn.
You got it, twin. That's it.
But it's gross. It's so gross. And listen, man, I'm very sensitive when it comes to child development, right? Like, I believe all crimes and wrongdoings, in theory, are redeemable. A person, if they have the will and live long enough, can redeem themselves. Except in my world, and this is where that theory kind of breaks down, but only in my world, it breaks down when it comes to children. If you harm children in any way, where it alters their development to where it becomes something they have to fight and battle for the remainder of their lives, whether it be rape, whether it be psychological, emotional, physical abuse, and it's something that they have to fight off and battle for the remainder of their lives, fuck you, in my mind. Fuck you. Because I personally have battles that I fight on a daily basis because of things, of traumas that I've experienced as a child. And this kid, I feel like, is going to experience sustained trauma because of the actions. Like, can you imagine and I'm not saying that's going to be the case for this kid. Maybe it'll be completely different. But like, can you imagine being convinced that your very existence is purely for a check? Psychologically, what that does for somebody.
And that's what's going to come out when they see the videos, when those videos eventually come out.
Like, the purpose of your existence as a person, as a human being, is for a check. And that's crazy.
Yeah. Just hope that they're developed enough to understand that they're more than that. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to have to get out of it. They're going to have to. But going back to what I was saying earlier, I feel like she is going to... She's going to have, for the remainder of her life, a void that she's going to be unable to fill when it comes to love and intimacy. Yeah, she'll be able to find somebody to blow her black out. That's not a problem. You know what I mean? Dudes are dudes, and dudes will do what they do. But as far as an intimate relationship, something on a soul level, she'll never experience that for the rest of her life. I feel like she's completely given up that right as a woman, to find a man who's going to provide her with that. I don't think she earns that. I don't think she deserves it.
Oh well.
She doesn't. And also in her later years, if she, knock on wood, she survives that long, and I wish death on nobody. I hope she lives a long life. I feel like her child down the line they're gonna have some issues, whether it be some issues with love or respect. I feel like she's gonna have an estranged relationship with her child as her child matures and develops and kind of sees the inception of the relationship of their life and the relationship, the relationship of their parents. You know what I'm saying? And that's another form of suffering she will end up having down the line as a result from all of this. There are consequences to this, man. She thinks she came up with the bag, but she still has to pay a price for that. She has to. There has to be some level of justice in this world. If not, then what the fuck? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
If the bad guys always, make out, then what the fuck?
Get that bag.
And get that prenup.
There it is. Last episode we were talking about hoes get that bag. She got that bag.
And niggas get your prenup.
I guess we know what we talk about next episode.
What's that?
That prenup.
Prenup, bro. Get your fucking...
Well, you constipated in the mouth? What's up?
I want to... I'm going to keep it to myself, at least for now. What I was going to say is, I don't know if marriage is even worth it. I don't know if it's even worth it. What's the point? Yeah, a lot of people are so religious, and it's a religious thing. But if you're not religious, what's the point?
It's not about you.
First of all, you're spending 10 racks plus.
It's not about you
on a party.
It's not about you
to make your woman feel like a princess for a day.
Yes, it's not about you.
Bitch, we can go to the court in front of a judge.
No.
And then go to a Waffle House.
No.
Fuck out my face.
It's not about you. It's not about you.
Then if it's not about me, then what is it about?
It's about her. It's her day. It's not our day. It's her day.
Then she shouldn't have a problem signing a prenup if she wants that day. Because if it's that day, and it's not the day 10 years down the line when she decides she wants to leave me, if it's about that day, the day we get married where she gets to feel like a princess, then a prenup's not a problem. Right? Prenup shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is. It usually is, because it's not about that day, especially if you're somebody with resources. It's not about that day.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we need to get up out of here, bro.
Until next time.
Man, appreciate y'all for stepping into another episode of Stirring the Pot.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Gene, thanks for stepping back in.
Well, thank you for having me. You know, eventually you'll realize that maybe I'm not the guest you want to have on here. And I may be hurting more than helping, but for now, I'm glad to be a guest and to share my crazy ideas.
Appreciate it, man. It ain't all crazy, man. It ain't all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Stirring the Pot Podcast. You already know. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram. You already know what it is. YouTube. It's on YouTube too. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably how you're watching us now. Anyways.
Absolutely.
But subscribe to the channel, like, share with your friends, and of course, share your honest input. Obviously, trying to get better, improve at the joint.
Absolutely.
And we out here. You already know what it is.
Peace.
Peace in.